And this is a finished product. I just put a hook on the wall, a command strip, and hung it. This is the one I have hanging in my bedroom, but we're making a smaller version today. The one I have in my bedroom is made of coffee filters, burlap, a hula hoop. And the one we're going to make is a smaller version of that. And we're going to need a Sharpie and some scissors. And we're going to need something round, burlap ribbon or some sort of ribbon. For what I'm using to make a smaller round one, it was I got this embroidery hoop from Joann's. It was $1.49. It's 8 inches. Only going to use one, the inside one without the screw in it. This is just a piece of cardboard from my sketchbook, the back of my sketchbook, so it's the perfect size. And then of course these are cupcake liners. And then I have my glue gun, glue sticks, with my handy dandy little glue gun stand that I made from another person's video. I'll link hers below so you can see the instructions. Right now I'm just cutting out the cardboard. I just took the embroidery hoop and I traced around it. Make sure when you cut the cardboard out that you don't cut inside where you traced, because I had to fill in some holes because I cut too far inside. And you'll see what I mean. I'm just going around it and putting hot glue on it. I'm going to attach it to the embroidery hoop, but because I cut it a little bit lean, I'm having to go back and fill in the gaps with glue. And I'm doing that. We're just using this for support, so you're not going to be able to see that it has holes in it, and it doesn't matter, but I should have cut it more on the outside. So just so you know, just a tip. Alright, so we've glued that. I'm just going to press down, make sure it's all set, fill in any holes with more glue. I'm sorry about my hands getting in front of the camera. I don't have a regular tripod and camera right now. I'm saving to get one. But I'm just shooting this from my cell phone on my little cell phone stand, so bear with me. Now, the next step is you're going to take the cupcake liners in this case, and you're going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of one, and then you're just going to press it down along the rim of the embroidery hoop, and you're going to slightly overlap as you do the second one, and you're going to press down to open them up just a little bit. And you see what I mean as I'm going around. I sped this part up because I didn't feel like you would be entertained if I left it, because it takes a minute to glue all these down. And you can pull all the glue strings out after they dry. But basically, you're just going to go around, glue, press down, glue, press down, overlap, overlap. When you go to do the second row, you're going to just overlap on the first row, and you're going to overlap on the side. So you're going to basically overlap the first row and to the side, first row and to the side, all the way around. And you'll see as I'm doing it what I'm doing. And you have to sometimes put some extra glue on there just to get them to go down, because they do tend to want to pop up, but that's okay. And basically you just do this over and over again until you have the whole thing filled. And then once you do that, then you'll be ready for the next step, which will go on to that. The next step, we're going to go ahead and take our burlap ribbon, and you're going to go ahead and twist it and kind of curl it. I once again apologize for my hands being in the way. I didn't have the cell phone facing me, so I didn't realize I was putting my hands in the camera way too much. I apologize for that. But what I'm doing is basically just twisting this burlap ribbon, going with the way it normally twists anyway, and just making a curl, and then I'm making a coil out of the curl burlap ribbon. So basically you'll see here in a minute what it's going to look like. That's it. And then we're going to take our glue gun and we're going to go ahead and glue it into a coil. So it looks like a little It reminds me of one of those little pecan swirls. You ever have those? Man, as a kid, that was the bomb. If Granny brought home a 6-pack of those little pecan twirls, I could eat the whole pack, but I probably shouldn't, but oh my gosh, they were so good. And sometimes I would unroll them, and sometimes I just shove them in my mouth. The good old days. I wonder if they still make those pecan twirls. That's what they were called. Anyways, here I'm just gluing and holding and shaping the ribbon a little bit to make it look like the center of our flower. So it's just a little bud. It's gonna be just a little bud, but you just have to shape it, because the burlap ribbon I'm using is from Dollar Tree, and it has a wire in it, so I'm just kind of curling it around, and then I'm just trying to neaten it up a little bit, pull those strings out, and yep, just kind of finishing it up. And then I'm going to flatten it down a little bit because I don't want it too high. Yeah. Oh, there's some more strings. Okay. So then the next step will be to go ahead and put some glue on the back side. So whichever side you want facing the front, you're going to go ahead and put glue on the other side of that. Lots and lots of glue strings. Okay, so you're going to put some glue on the back side of that, and I'm just kneading this up a little bit. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so I'm pushing it down because I'm still not happy at this point with how poofy it is. I don't want it poofy, so... And I'm burning my fingers in the process, just so y'all know. Burnt my fingers like 12 times. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this to the center of my flower. And just put a generous amount of hot glue on it. And then we're just going to press and hold it down. And I did want to mention, I ran out of the bright white cupcake liners, so I didn't want to go to the store and get more. So I had a little bit more transparent cupcake liners in my cupboard, but I just went ahead and used those because I wanted to use what I had. So basically, after you push that in, if you see any holes or anywhere you want to fill in, you can always just grab some more cupcake liners and just kind of fit them in, and then put a little dab of glue. But I think this looks okay, so I'm gonna make it. For the back, I just made a loop out of a piece of string and hot glued it to hang on the wall. I think it came out really pretty. I hope you enjoyed this project. Thanks again. Bye.